Hello, hello, hello. How is everyone doing this beautiful Sunday evening? Welcome, welcome, welcome to Straight Up No Talk with your girl, yours truly, OG Patrice. I am so glad you guys are here. Welcome. Come on in the room. We're about to have an awesome interview with another one of my very good associates and girlfriends in the entertainment industry. I'm so excited that she accepted this interview because I'm honored to have her on this platform. So I want to welcome everybody. Come on in the room. Come on in the room. So listen, I want to get some housekeeping out the way right now. I want to say, hit that notification bell, guys. The little bell that says all, where you can get all of the notifications when Knowledge and Relationships go live. Welcome, welcome to Knowledge and Relationships YouTube channel and my talk show, Straight Up No Chaser, with your girl, OG Patrice. Now, I want to thank all that's coming in. I want to thank my moderators, my team behind the scenes that's helping make all of this possible, you guys. So thank you. I'm going to see if I can give some shout outs. Can you guys put up some names of some of the people that's coming in as we speak? Knowledge and Relationships. Yes. Welcome everyone to Knowledge and Relationships. Please hit that like button, hit that notification button. Listen, share this video stream. Share it, share it, share it, share it. Tell a friend to tell a friend about Knowledge and Relationships YouTube channel and my show, Straight Up No Chaser, with your girl, OG Patrice, guys. Thank you so much, Jill. How are you doing, beautiful lady? Thank you. It's so good to see you this Sunday evening. Hi, Miss Nebraska. Hello, how are you? Welcome, welcome. Come on in the room, y'all. Come on in the room. Hey, Anea, how are you, beautiful sister? Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate you guys stopping in. Mr. Intellectual SoapBox, thank you and welcome. Come on in the room, y'all. I am so honored and excited again, as I said, to do this interview with a very dear friend of mine that I met many years ago in Las Vegas when I lived in Las Vegas. And she is a very, very prominent entertainer, singer, songwriter, and she has a long history of being in the entertainment industry, specifically the music industry. So, guys, listen, I'm going to read a little bit of excerpts from her bio so you guys can get to know her better. And you guys got to give me a minute because I got to put my other set of eyes on, right? So I can read this, right? I am very, very excited to have her on the show today. And my guest, my wonderful, beautiful, lovely queen sister guest, is named Ane, and it is pronounced Ane. So to tell you a little bit about Ane pronounced Ane means beautiful lady with a song. And this beautiful lady lives up to her name. The international recording artist is an awesome song stylist, songwriter, and extraordinaire performer. She's elegant, classy, sassy, and maybe I'll say a little badassy on top of that. And ooh, can she sing, child? Originally from New Jersey and currently residing in Las Vegas, Nevada, Ane sings music that touches the heart and soul. Her powerful and eloquent solo performances has spanned the United States, Canada, the Caribbean, Europe, and Asia. From April of 1990 to April of 2016, and that's 26 years, you guys. Ane performed all over the world as one of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame legends, the Shirelles, the fabulous Shirelles. Now, I don't know, many of y'all might be a little bit too young. Maybe your parents or your grandparents may remember this group, the Shirelles. Ask somebody, guys. Ask somebody. with original member Beverly Lee. The Shirelles were the first female group in the history of music to sell 1 million copies of records, and they paved the way for many other girl groups that followed. Although Anae was not the Shirelle, was with the Shirelles from the beginning, she is very proud that she helped to keep this incredible music alive for so many years. Anae says, I was honored to be one of the Shirelles and thankful for all the experiences that came with being a member of such an iconic group. And there were many lessons and all the lessons that were learned. Now, that is very historical. That is very iconical that she was able to travel and tour and perform for 26 years with such a prominent group as the Shirelles. And we're going to play a little bit of excerpts, guys, a little bit later on of some of the Shirelles songs that may be familiar. You may have heard them before on the radio in passing. Maybe your parents or grandparents was playing some of their music. Hi, Wally. Thank you for stopping in. Welcome, welcome. But to continue, now, Miss Anae had a wonderful production show in Las Vegas that I don't know. We're going to ask her if it's currently running to this day. And it is called This Is a Man's World, but created, produced, arranged, and starring Anae. The song, the costume, the orchestra, the singers, the dancers will have you literally jumping out of your seat as you take this exciting stroll down memory lane. You will absolutely love this show, which includes the music of Frank Sinatra, Sammy Davis Jr., Little Anthony and the Imperials, Chubby Checker, Smokey Robinson, Stevie Wonder, Leslie Gore, James Brown, Aretha Franklin, Peggy Lee, and of course, the Shirelles. Thank you. Let's talk the Better Black Life. Thank you. Welcome aboard. Come on in, brother. I appreciate you being here. The song list goes on and on with many of our legends and icons that she's personally shared the stage with. One of her most recent recordings, Anae has returned to her roots with her CD entitled Where I'm Coming From. On this project, Anae sings the songs that she loves from the 60s on through to the 90s, including songs by the Empress herself, Miss Gladys Knight, the late and great Phyllis Hyman, and Linda Jones. Linda is also from South Ward of Newark. Those are Jersey girls, y'all. All right. Shout out to the Jersey girls. All right. Let's continue. And where did I leave off? Okay. I just lost it a little bit. Okay. Barbara Lewis, the Little Anthony and the Imperials, Anae performed on shows with them both. And there are many more songs on this project that are straight from the heart and are very dear to this amazing vocalist. In 2017, Anae was included into the Las Vegas Entertainers Hall of Fame into the category of celebrity. She is the proud recipient of the award for Best Performance by an R&B artist in 2006, Best Neo Soul Performer 2009, and Music Legend 2016 from the Black Music Awards. She has appeared with the industry finest from Aretha Franklin, Peabo Bryson, The Temptations, Smokey Robinson, Little Anthony and the Imperials, Kenny G, Tony Bennett, Dick Clark, Chuck Berry, Leslie Gore, Neil Sedaka, and the list goes on and on. She's appeared on national TV shows and has performed for mayors, governors, and presidents, in addition to various personal and private organizations and communities throughout the world. Listen, you guys, that was a very extensive bio, right? Very extensive bio. And I will say, when I went to see Anae, when I was living there in Las Vegas, Nevada, I went to see her This Is a Man's World But show. And I tell you, I was there front and center, honey. And I was really, really taken aback by the whole project and production that she put together. It was an awesome show. And honey, when I tell you that sister changed more wardrobes than Diana Ross herself, okay? I mean, and every outfit, every ensemble was just as good as the next one and the next one. I mean, it was levels to what that sister was bringing, okay? And I love it, and I enjoyed myself so very much. Other entertainers that she's also have worked with is Jerry Lee Lewis. I mean, she's worked with the Crystals, Queen Latifah, MC Light. Oh my God, Darlene Love, the Four Tops, Temptations, Mary Wilson from the Supremes, Martha Reeves and the Vandellas, Benny King, the Drifters, the Coasters, the Platters, the Dixie Cups, Frankie Valli. I can go on and on. Y'all, this list is like so long, okay? But honestly, guys, I am so honored to have my girlfriend, my sister, my queen sister, that I'm so honored that accept this interview today. You guys, can you please help me welcome the wonderful, extraordinaire singer-songwriter, Miss Anae, without further ado.
Hey!
Hey!
How are you, beautiful one?
I'm wonderful. How are you, beautiful?
Just magnificent. Magnificent.
Awesome. Girl, it's so good to see you. It's
so good to see you.
I know, and I miss
you. Okay, I got to put my glasses on. I'm going to stop playing around now, okay?
I know, right? I miss you. How are you?
Oh, that is too sweet, too kind. When are you coming back this way? When you coming back?
I will be back that way. I will be back that way soon. I will let you know. Really, really soon.
Please do. Yeah, let's go out and grab some lunch or something. Let's chop it up.
Absolutely. Listen, thank you so much. I'm so honored that you accepted the opportunity for me to interview you. I have not only been a supporter and known you for many, many years of me being there in the same spaces with you in Las Vegas, but also supporting your performances. You came to my performance and supported me when I was in the play. And I want to thank you for just always being that beautiful queen sister that you are, that truly, truly was one of a kind, that embraced me when I was there in Las Vegas. So thank you so much for that.
Oh, you're quite welcome and most deserving.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah,
now, girl,
darling,
I just read your extensive bio. So I want you to give me a walkthrough, and my subscribers and my supporters that are listening and that are watching, please give me a descriptive of your start in the entertainment business, because when I read your bio, I don't think people realize the many years that you have dedicated in this industry, your career. You're touring, you're recording, the people you've graced the stage with, and then also being a solo artist yourself and creating your own production show in Las Vegas. So tell us about that, sister.
Oh my goodness. So you want to know the real deal?
Girl, I want to know the real. Hey, Vaughn. Hey, Jill. Okay. Welcome. Okay. Thank you for stopping in. Yes, girl, come on with it. Bring the real.
So I'm going to try to do this and make this the short version. I did not grow up singing in church.
Okay.
I was much too shy. You know, we went to church, but I didn't sing in church. There was no money for the choir robe, so I couldn't participate, right? But I knew I was a singer when I was little because I know this is going to sound really insane, but this is true. This is how God worked through me, right? I have this birthmark under the bottom of my right foot. And when I was a little girl, I thought it was an elf singing with musical notes, right? I was enchanted with it, right? But
Wow. Yeah.
okay, so that's like crazy, right? But
Right.
I could make you believe it, oh, for sure, right? Because I knew God made me a singer. But then life happened, when I graduated from high school, shortly thereafter, I became a single mom, and it was time to go to work. And so, therefore, no time to really pursue this thing. But I had it tucked away. And I guess I had enough, well, not I guess, I had enough pain during the breakup of a relationship to put me in touch with my deepest self.
Mm.
It led me to myself
That'll do it every time, won't it?
every single time. And,
Every
and,
time.
and I have this opinion about it, though there might be those who disagree, but you can't even be a singer if you haven't felt real pain, with the exception of like Michael Jackson. But I don't know what he was going through as a little boy either. So let me shut my mouth on that.
Right.
But typically, I am moved by people, people that have been hurt and, they've endured pain and come out of it on the other side. So that's how I became a singer. And I started singing to just heal myself. And then I started dreaming about it 3, 4 times a week. And I would wake up, be like, oh my God, I was just on the stage. I was on the stage. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Right. And I was very shy. I know that sounds contrary to how I am now, but I was very, very shy. So I worked in a company. I worked at a company with a guy who sang with Sissy Houston. Right?
Okay.
This is before Whitney. This before Whitney came out now.
And I guess I was going to say, for many of those don't know, Sissy Houston was a great gospel singer. She is the mother of Whitney Houston.
That is correct. In Newark, New Jersey, where I grew up. Now I
Right.
know, right? Okay. So I finally got my nerve up to talk to this guy who I know sang, and his name's Travis. And I said, "Oh, I got to talk to Travis. I got to go talk to him." I said, "Okay, I'm going to do this because I am not going to die with this gift tucked away, and so I'm not going to do it." Okay. So I finally see Travis in the hall, and I go, "Hi." Now I'm shy. I'm shy now. And I've never sang out publicly. Okay? Never. Right. And so, but I get my little courage up and I say, "Hi." He goes, "Hi." I said, "You sing, don't you?" He says, "Yeah." And I said, just like this, "I want to sing."
Oh,
Just like that.
bless your heart.
Just like that. "I want to sing." So his
Yeah.
response was, "Well, can you sing?"
Right. That part.
So I go, "Well, I can sing a little. I think I can sing a little." He says, "Okay, well, let's schedule something and, I'll get a chance to hear you." And girl, you would have thought Barry Gordy was coming. Oh, I was so excited. I was about to jump up out of my skin because this thing's been burning inside of me, right? And I've been pushed to the side doing all the got tos of life. That's what I did.
Right.
And so we got together. He brought this other guy, and at the time, Shalimar was really big, and so we put this group together because they liked my sound and the Jody Watley thing and the two guys. Okay,
Right.
so we were Wood and Marshall, and we started singing, but they were not serious. Okay, I was cold to the bone serious because I had already, in my opinion and my thoughts, I had already missed too many years of not singing.
Right.
So I had to cut them loose. I'm serious. Y'all are playing around. You don't understand how serious Miss Marshall is.
Right. And we've seen that so many times with, groups, and, you always, when you start now, they'll start okay, and then they'll
Yep.
start to
Yep.
not be serious and fade away, and then you have to replace people back and forth. But then
Yes.
there's that person or that people that is serious, that will stick it out. They will walk away when it's not working
That's
outright
correct.
because it means so much to them. They got the hunger for it, and they just like, I'm not going to be bothered with people that's not serious about the craft and the art. I have sat in background and not said nothing for too long. So now it's my turn, and I'm serious about this.
It's serious business, right?
Yes.
Especially when you do it from your heart, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely, sis.
So anyway, but the good thing that came out of that is that I got a chance to meet Donnie Harper. Now, Donnie Harper, New Jersey Mass Choir.
Okay.
That's one of the many things. He was also closely associated and affiliated with Sissy Houston and Whitney Houston and that whole thing.
Right. Very popular back in the day. Very popular.
Very,
Yes.
very.
Familiar.
And so, am I supposed to say hey to these people?
You can if they speaking to you.
Hey, I don't know who they're speaking to. I just see them saying, hey, hey.
They speaking to you. They speaking to each other. They, yes, I heard. I definitely saw them say welcome and salute to you. And
yes, I saw that.
Yes, you are more than welcome to say hey. Absolutely.
Okay. And so I met Donnie Harper. We had a rehearsal with him. Mm-hmm. And this is, I swear, my messages come in. When God sends my messages, he sends my messages. Okay.
Right.
And so I'm very clear when I get it. Right. So with Donnie Harper's working with us. We're getting ready to do this show that I did not want to do because I felt like I wasn't ready to do it. But anyway, we're doing the show. And he looks at me one night at rehearsal and he says, just like this, I swear to God, do you write songs? I said, no, I don't. He said, yes, you do. I said, no, I really don't. I really don't. He said, yes, you do. Now go home and write a song. So what did I do? What did I do?
You wrote a song, girl.
I started writing songs. Just like that. Yep. In the blink of an eye. But I didn't let anybody hear them. I didn't let anybody, because now you got to remember, my family doesn't even know that I'm a singer like this.
Right.
They don't know.
Wow.
It was
and a lot of that happened. And a lot of times, especially back then, you got that push, you got that encouragement, you got that inspiration from him when you kept saying, no, I don't. But he kept saying, no, yes, you do. Yes, you do. So that inspiration and that push.
Well, I took the push and I started writing, and I would record the songs. And the way my gift is, the melody comes with the lyrics. So I started singing the melody and the lyrics come at the same time. Mm-hmm. So I would put them on these little cassettes and tuck them away for safekeeping, I suppose. I don't know. I wasn't confident. I didn't know I could do this thing. I didn't even know it was good. Till I started looking for producers and writers, and they would boldly bring me their stuff that I thought was a bunch of crap. And I would go, oh, this is not, I don't even understand your structure or your form. And I don't hear any of it. So I said, one day I was on a plane going to a show with one of the ladies in the Shirelles. Diane Spann is her name.
Okay.
And I said, I don't know what made me tell her. I said, yeah, I wrote some songs. She said, really? I said, yeah, I wrote some songs. She said, let me hear them. So I started, we're on the plane. I don't even know what gig we're going to. We had so many back then. We're in the air, and I start singing one of my songs. And she said, you wrote that? Just like that. And I said, yeah, I did. I said, do you like it? Is it any good? Just innocent, just the innocence of a child.
Yeah.
And is it any good? You think it's okay? She said, it's really good.
Oh, wow.
She said, it's really good. Right? I said, you think so? I said, well, shoot, if it's really good, I want to record it.
Right.
Right? And it's just like a kid. I'm like a kid, right?
Right. Kid in the candy store.
Yeah, because I haven't had a chance to live this like this.
Right.
And here I am. Right. So anyway, make a long story short, that's how the writing began.
Wow, that's awesome too, because I think it always is something or someone that
Yep.
inspires you to take
Yep.
the next step. And that, when you said that to the guy when he asked you about writing songs, I mean, even back then, artists needed to know the importance of not just being a singer, but writing songs as well, right? And when you're on a plane and you're touring with the Shirelles and you let someone hear it, and you're doubtful because you're young and fresh,
Absolutely.
and you got these doubts that no one would like it or anything of that nature, but you tried your hand at it and you let someone listen to it. And when they said they like
Erica Badu said it best. I'm an artist.
artists
I'm
and
sensitive.
about my right.
That's
And,
it.
and honestly, most artists are, right? Like most artists are.
I mean, you really
Absolutely.
put yourself out there when you say, hey, I can sing. Hey, I wrote a song. Hey, I put together a production. Hey, it's like, I'm going to do it. I trust that I'm being led to do this thing. But it's sensitive because everybody doesn't like everything. I know I don't like all singers.
Right.
And they all, you know what I mean? So I can't expect everybody to like me. So
absolutely, we can't like all singers, all songs that you
right.
hear. I mean, it goes with the territory. But as an artist, especially when you're young, starting out, you're trying to find your way. You're trying to figure it out. You're trying to discover who you really are as an artist, and you're trying to just whatever that is, you're taking that road down that lane to try to figure it out. So I mean, I just commend you for even having this story to share and tell. Now I will ask you, because you talked about being on a plane with Diane, and you at that point you were touring with the Shirelles. How did that come about, that you got the opportunity to perform and tour all over the world for 26 years with this legendary group?
Listen, Patrice, true. I never wanted to be in a girl group like that. I just, because at that time, I had a thought about girl groups not working out because they get so catty and this and that, right? And so
Right.
but I was busy. By the time this opportunity came my way, I was very focused on my own music. I had started writing more, and I was all over New York. I was all throughout New Jersey. I was down in Florida. I had my own band. I had my own singers. I was enjoying this thing tremendously, right?
Enjoying that journey. And I will say back then too, it was more open, it was more accepting. You can be in so many clubs and become well known. If you're in the hottest club in New York, if you're in the hottest club in Jersey, then you're in the hottest club in Florida, and you're in the hottest club in Chicago, you would become well known really, really fast. And people don't know it's so many back then got discovered that way because a lot of the executives, the A&R people, the managers and agents, they were sitting in those rooms.
Yes.
During those times, discovering artists.
Yes, because that's how they did. They didn't have the internet and social media or any of that. So they had to physically go to these places, or somebody would bring them a tape or something. But nobody, well, I met a lot of folks, though. I can't say I didn't. However, none of them did what they said they were going to do.
Yeah. That happened a lot.
You know that story. Okay.
That happened a lot. That still happens a lot.
Absolutely. So I get a call from, actually it was it's my cousin's wife. She calls and she says, well, the Shirelles are looking for a singer. And I said, the Shirelles. Now, my father used to bring that music home when I was a little girl. Right? I wasn't even thinking along those lines when the call came in. I had a day job, I had my daughter, and what I was doing was manageable. Right? I was, married. I was fine. I had my son and all this stuff. So when that call came in, I had been in the company that I was working for many years. So I was, their little superstar in the company. It was a big company too. But anyway, the call came and they said, they want you to come audition. I had no audition for nothing. I had no audition for nothing.
Right.
They said audition. Well, what do they want me to sing? So they said wanted me to sing 2 of the Shirelles songs and another song of my choice, which I did. I went to the first audition. I didn't go.
Really? And you mean they gave you a second chance after you didn't go to the first audition? Wow. Because normally that don't happen.
You were out. You were out permanently. They never want to hear your name again, ever, right? And so my cousin's wife called me. She said, you were supposed to be at the at the audition. I said, oh no, I had to work. I wasn't telling the whole truth. But anyway, I said, well, if you set it up again, I promise I'll go and blah, 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 blah. So I did. I went. And when I got home, my husband at that time said, so how'd it go? I said, yeah, if I ever hear from them, it'll be cold day in hell or something, I said, right? Went on about my business and I started thinking about it. I said, I did the audition, but I don't want them to really choose me because I'm afraid I'm gonna run into trouble with my day job. And that's my source, my main source of income, right? So I said, I'm gonna call them and tell them that I'm not going to do it. And the phone rang. And it was one of the people working with the original member of the Shirelles. And she says, oh, I'm just calling to tell you that Beverly really likes you. And she really is looking forward to working with you. I said, it's funny. I was going to call you and tell you that I can't do it because of my day job. I know she probably dropped the phone, right? Because ignorance is bliss. Okay. This one right here. Okay. I'm owning my stuff. I own everything.
Right.
Patrice. She said, oh, please don't say that. You're going to love it. And she kept going, right? I said, but I don't want it to interfere with my day job. This company has been really good to me and blah, 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 blah. She says, no, most of these shows are going to be on the weekends. You'll still be able to keep your day job and blah, blah, blah. And she said, the first place you're going to go is Sunrise, Florida. Travel? Did you say travel? Right. I said, well, now, that's a game changer.
Right.
But because I didn't recognize the magnitude of the Shirelles, you see.
Yeah. Right.
I didn't. And I'm so glad I didn't. Because then I would have been a nervous wreck. I'd have, all this pressure. I didn't feel any pressure at all because I wasn't aware.
Right.
Patrice, we flew down to a few months later, we went into rehearsals and stuff. Flew down to Sunrise, Florida. Huge theater. Thousands of people on the show with the shy lights. The place was so fabulous. I was like,
You was outdone.
Because I didn't know.
Right.
I did not know.
You was like, oh, this is real. This is a thing. Like
This
this
is
is
a
huge.
whole nother level right here now. And
Right.
oh, child, there were about 5 or 6 groups. The green room was to live for.
Mm,
It was just beautiful. It was just there was a whole other level that I had not ever experienced. And then that's how it began. And I was like, oh my God. And I sent you that list of
mhm.
some of the entertainers that I shared the stage with. That's just
Yeah.
some of them. That's
Yeah,
just some.
girl, listen, I read majority of them until I was like, okay, I got to bring her up or else I'm going to be reading this list. Like, I mean, your list goes on from this, the Temptations to Smokey to Aretha to, Martha and the Vandella. I mean, on and on. To be blessed in it, of a 26 plus career, just 26 years alone with the Shirelles. I can't even imagine the many stages you graced and shared with so many other iconic artists back then. Like you said, you didn't even realize the magnitude of what you
I
was getting
didn't.
into.
I
And,
didn't.
and I don't, and listen, and back then, you know, they really took care of the artists back then.
Mhm, mhm, mhm.
Like you said, the event where it was, whatever theater, wherever the event was, always beautiful, immaculate theaters with
Yes,
with cathedrals, and I mean just
it was fabulous. It was fabulous. In fact, it was so fabulous they had, I guess, some years ago, converted it to a church.
oh wow, okay.
That's that theater.
Yeah.
But it was my, and if you care to know, aside, and I met Aretha and blah blah blah, and I mean just like, just I met so many folks, but
Yes.
the one that's really, and this is bad, I'm a bad girl sometimes. This one, when we met the Four Tops,
Hmm.
right? Now I had seen the Four Tops on TV. I don't know. They were iconic, of course.
Right. Absolutely.
So we're doing this symphony date in Cary, North Carolina, with the original Four Tops, right? So there's a 68-piece orchestra.
Woo, girl, say
I,
it. Woo! 68-piece orchestra. Like people don't, you all don't even know the magnitude of
of that.
being able of that alone, being able to perform on a professional level like that with an orchestra. Like that is that is to die for. I can't even imagine. Only person I know that was like dynamite on that level that did that was Barry White, honey. With
Yes.
the Love Unlimited Orchestra, with
Yes.
and the girls,
Yes.
the
So now you got to. So huh, we're doing this show. Well, before we do the show, we're doing the sound check. I had seen them all. They're all nice men. They've seen, nobody was out of line or anything like that.
right.
And I met each one of them. But then when I met Levi,
Hmm.
girl, I couldn't believe he was so damn fine. I have to
Listen, Levi was the lead singer, right, with the Four Tops. He was the lead singer, right?
was
I
he?
know.
And no funny stuff, nothing like
Right.
that. But I just remember going, man, it's fine. I was goo goo gaga for about 2 minutes.
And
About
listen,
two
and
minutes.
it was a lot of them were
Oh,
handsome
very
men and beautiful women.
nice and very gentlemanlike. They had the chivalry thing.
The chivalry, the style, the
Yes,
elegance,
the swag they
the
had.
class. Yes,
And they
all
could
of that.
sing. And they could
And
sing.
they can sing. She say, I know, girl. I know.
So I was mesmerized by how gorgeous he was in person. His skin, he had the skin of a baby. His skin was so beautiful and so
Mm.
flawless. Well, anyway, that's my, okay, there you go.
Okay, that's your Levi and Four Tops story. Because
Oh,
listen, I can imagine, I can only imagine some of the stories that you have that you can tell about, that time when you was traveling and touring with the Shirelles and the stages and the people you work with and grace the stage with. Were you able to also not just be on the stage as a Shirelle, but were you able to later, like maybe do background for any of those artists? Have you ever sang background for any artists that
no,
you have sang?
no,
Okay.
no. And once again, it goes back to I didn't grow up singing in the church. So my um, experience with background is
Mm-hmm.
quite different than most.
Okay.
It's not my strongest suit.
Okay.
But I did get to check this out. I did get the call to audition for Luther.
No, you
True
better shut
story.
the front door.
True story.
Wait a minute. Come on, Anae. You got to tell what happened. What happened or didn't happen? Like, you know.
I got the call to audition for Luther Vandross,
Mm.
and I declined it.
Do you regret it now?
Not at all.
Okay. Okay. Explain.
Okay,
Elaborate.
here we go. My background is not background.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
And everything that I ever heard about Luther, he was a stickler. And there was
Yeah.
no sense putting myself in the pot to boil.
Right. Well, I will tell you, in having a couple of conversations, I don't know her very well, but I had the opportunity to meet her and be in several spaces with her, and that's Lisa, who you know, background singer for Luther for many,
Who?
many
Which
years
one?
as well. Lisa Fisher. Lisa
Oh, yeah,
Fisher.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and matter of fact, last time before I moved, right before COVID, she came Vegas, and I know her like one of her roadies or whatever. I had told him that I always wanted to meet her, and when I saw that she was at the Smith Center in Las Vegas,
Yes.
he
Yes.
hooked me up. He hooked me up with the ticket, and I got to meet her, and I got to talk to her and hang out. And I actually, she's a beautiful soul. Now she has this bohemian, earthy thing
Yeah.
going
Yeah.
on now as a solo artist.
Yep.
Hell of a singer, and of
Yes.
course, became a soloist in her own right with that "How Can I Ease the
Absolutely.
Pain" song was
That's
huge.
correct.
Her and Patty won a Grammy. They tied for a Grammy
That's right.
for that, and one of the nicest persons and down to earth persons I ever met. And I asked her, listen, I said, listen, girl, I said, listen, I heard, Luther is something else. Cause we had heard all of the rumors of what was going
Absolutely.
on
You wanted to hear it directly.
when him and the was on tour, right?
That's right.
And I said, girl, just tell me, just give me a little something, something. She was like, oh, well, I'll just say this.
Mm-hmm.
It's complicated. So,
There you
enough
go.
said. Enough said,
That's
right?
why I did not go. I didn't want to
Okay.
be on the chopping block, and I knew it was out of my, it was out. I was out of my league.
Yeah.
Right now, you can put
Right.
me in the front. I can do that thing all night, all day. But you put me in the back where I got to sing every note, every time, everything. I can do it, but I got to learn it. And
Right.
people
You
on
got to
that
learn the
level,
notes. Right.
yes,
You
I
got to
do.
learn if you're going to be the middle, the top, or the bottom.
Right,
The
and don't
harmony,
move, and don't change the key.
don't
Don't
change
change
the
the
key.
key.
Right. The harmony must be on point. It must be pitch perfect. And
Absolutely.
when you are a stickler like he was, and I even heard Dawn from In Vogue, they toured with him, and I watched her do an interview, and she talked about how
Yeah.
much of a stickler he was, like to the point where he even picked their colors of what he wanted them to wear,
Right.
because he made sure he didn't want them to wear a color he was going to wear or had in his outfit or whatever. If he didn't like something, he would tell them to change it. And
Right.
yeah, so complex. And we know that there are a lot of artists that got their things, right?
It's okay.
Right.
I'm not mad at them, but I'm
Yeah,
not going in that camp either. I'm not
right.
going in there. They can call all day and all night. I ain't going. It's not going to work out. Right?
I know that's right. I know I had with Grace the opportunity to work background sing with this particular artist, and I'm not gonna say his name. And it was the worst experience.
Yeah.
Uh, I mean, the gig was great and it paid great, but it was not a good experience. And I said I didn't care how much they paid me. I would never work for that with the background for that artist again. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave that at that.
Okay.
But doing your tenure and traveling and touring, what year and what brought you to Las Vegas, where you now reside?
Well, I started with the Shirelles. I said it's 1990. Might have been 1989.
Okay.
But I could just, every time I do an interview, all these thoughts flood my mind because there's just so many. And I only recently, in the past, since I've been with my honey, 8 years,
Okay.
talked extensively about my life
Mm.
as the show.
Why you think? Why do you think?
Well, I know why. I know why I didn't do it. When I came here, well, what I discovered was that, okay, so I'm a singer, but I'm one of the Shirelles. So
Mhm.
anytime that name came up, everything else I did was in the background.
Yeah.
Because the Shirelles was so dominant in the music industry.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, and rightfully so. But
Yes,
there's
absolutely.
right, they did something that those four little girls from high school did something wonderful. Right?
Absolutely. Now where were they out of? Were they out of Detroit as well?
No, Jersey.
Oh, they came out of Jersey as well. Okay, awesome.
Yeah,
Okay. I did not
yeah,
know that.
Jersey. Yeah.
Now,
They
did you
came.
guys, when you were with the Shirelles, did you guys ever have a residency in Vegas?
We had no, we didn't have a residency, but we came here a few times.
Okay.
And going back, I want to say 1992, something like that. The the Four Queens downtown.
Mm-hmm.
There, and they had some little showroom or something, and we were there for a week.
Okay.
Yeah, and I knew I liked Vegas. And then we came back when they had the boardwalk. We did the boardwalk. Um, we did shows here. We did the Stardust in
Stardust,
private
yes.
rooms, and for private events and things. But I knew I liked Vegas. What really drove me to Vegas was the snow in New Jersey. If
Ah,
you
that part. Tell me about it. Me too, being a Chicago girl, I couldn't do it no more.
I made a
Yeah.
promise. I said, God, if you let me live through the winter of 2003, 2004, I promise you I won't be here next winter. I said, I promise you, God, I won't. I won't.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
just too much. And then I was, at that time, I was divorced. My children were gone. My son was in college. My daughter was already out of college. And I'm in this house, and every other day it looks like it's snow, and I got to call people to come plow me out, and blah, 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 blah.
Right.
Go nowhere. I've got cabin fever. And the biggest thing about that, my property taxes were outrageous.
Whew.
Outrageous. So I said, I'll come to Vegas. I'll sell my house, come to Vegas, buy another house. I could get a bigger house than I had for a whole lot less money. Well, surprise, surprise. When I got here, no, things had changed dramatically.
Yeah.
Because I got here in 2004. And that's when that first thing was, anyway. But
Right.
that's why I chose Vegas. But
Right.
and I love the energy of Vegas. I love living there.
I know. I miss it so much.
I
I
know you
do.
miss it.
I do miss it so much. I will say that I have admitted that many, many times, and that's why I say I got to try to get back there as much as I can. And I miss you guys so much. I miss
I
you
know
guys.
this, the ones that you click with around here, the ones that
Yes,
you, yes, it's something special. And
absolutely.
it's no place like Las Vegas. I mean, I was going back and forth to New York, right? But it's
Right.
like Las Vegas. Everything's convenient. Everything is easier to get to. It's
The
just
weather
easier.
is better, less
Yeah,
traffic,
sunshine,
less
yeah,
property taxes and all that. It's
yeah,
yeah,
all of it, all
those
of
were
it.
reasons.
Now the
And of
music,
course, entertainment capital of the world.
that's what they keep saying.
And listen, can we have that conversation?
I'm a girl.
Now, I mean, like for us, because I will say, you got there in '04. I think I got there when the economy hit in like '07, '08 ish is when I moved there, and it was horrible. And
Yeah,
every opportunity, doors were closed. Every opportunity you was hearing was, with the economy crash, and they wasn't hired, or if they were, they weren't paying really good. And the casinos didn't treat you like they used to treat the artists anymore, because
yes,
back in the day, they would put us up, hotel, meals, show, I mean, the whole nine, and it
everything.
was money. And so much changed in that moment, and this downfall and spiral, and it has not, in my humble opinion, you let me know what you think, it has not ever been the same, nor will I ever think it be, because then comes all the search shows, right? And then
Yeah,
now we barely got room and spaces to perform on a professional level and do professional shows. What is your
yeah.
opinion?
Well, it's really a challenge around here um, to perform consistently in a venue or in venues that are not just bleh. I'll just
Yeah,
leave it like that.
right,
So fortunately, and I still don't do it consistently.
right.
Fortunately, because of my resume, they will at least talk to me.
Hmm.
You see?
Vegas is all about who you know and what you've done and all of
They
that.
will talk to me. They will talk to me. They might not give me what I want, but they will talk to me.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and also to watching the shift change. Okay, guys, I'm gonna get to your questions in a minute, Vaughn. And Wally, I saw you. Thank you so much for coming in.
Yes.
With the shift change that happened in Vegas, and I think it played a really prominent role in kind of the spiral of the shows, right? Because remember, you had the Platters, you had the
Yep.
Coast, you had
Yep.
what's the other, the Martha and the Vandellas, all these different shows that was there on a regular basis, and they were there on the strip to
Yep.
perform for the tourists 4 or 5 nights a week.
Seven.
Sometimes 6, 7. Then it started getting cut back to 5, and then 4, and then 3, and then they just dissolved, and especially for us Black folk, right?
That is a fact.
That played a major role in the strip having some of the top 10 entertainment shows that there was, you know?
Patrice, do you know this? Because I didn't know this. I heard Sky talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
Lola Falana was the queen of Las Vegas,
Yes, 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 ma'am.
and she was a bad girl.
Listen, I met her. Not long after I got there, and God bless her. She, she ended up having MS, and she was in a wheelchair when I met her. But you talking about somebody that was so honored to meet that legend, to meet that icon, and I was just happy to tell her how humble and how glad I was to even have the opportunity to meet her. When I tell you that that beautiful Black queen
She was amazing.
had Vegas on lock.
I mean, and rightfully
Oh,
so.
yeah,
But
right.
please
She
listen to
earned it.
this. Do you know how much she made a week?
Tell me, because I already know she banked a lot. I already know.
$100,000 per week.
Woo! Mm. Now that old saying, I'm gonna say this. That saying that Vegas was ran better when it was mob ran.
True story. True story.
That part.
Yep. True story.
They treated the artists like kings and queens. They laid it out and they paid them very well. You
Because
can
they
go to Vegas and be
understood.
a household name.
Now, and I talked about it in my last show when I was at the Smith Center, because I had some showgirls and it was Black History Month. Mm-hmm. And I wanted to remind people of Lola Falana.
Yes.
Because I haven't heard her name. Now she's still living.
Yes.
But she's very much into her religion and all that. Mm-hmm. No, I got no, listen, whatever people want to do is fine with me. But I cannot disregard what she did.
The legends that came before us.
Standing on some broad shoulders, girl. We are.
Well, listen, when you're talking about her, you're talking about Josephine Baker, who had a residency there and danced for many years. People don't know the history and the legends.
They don't know this history.
Ella Fitzgerald, all of them, this color.
Yes.
Billie Holiday, all of them played Vegas.
Yep. I talk about in my production, I talk about the Frank Sinatra guy who was
the Rat Pack. Yeah.
He was quite courageous because he is the reason that they started to allow
there
the sound. Funny. But people don't. It seems like it's the thought of it is so far removed from anybody's thinking in 2022. So I mention it because it's a moment. I'm reminding people or sharing for the first time with people that this thing didn't happen by accident, because you see these people that we can come and go freely now and do this and do that. It was not like that. Not here in Vegas, wasn't.
It sure wasn't. So, and you did, because when I came to your This Is a Man's World But show, we're going to talk about that. You did honor them. You did.
Absolutely.
You gave them their accolades. And I think it's so important for us to look back in history, because they went through a lot to get to where they were, for us to be able to have the opportunities that we had to be able to be on the strip and perform in major production shows.
So could we at least pull our pants up?
Hello?
I'm just saying.
Can we exactly acknowledge the shoulders that we stand on? Hello, Miss, she said, how are you, beautiful? Thank you so much for stopping in. So yeah, sister, so listen, you're right. I commend you for doing that. And I will say your show was definitely on that level. It took me back there and reminded me of the professional production shows, right? Absolutely. And even in all of the 15 years that I was there, it took me a long time before I became a part of Solid Gold Soul Show. It took a long time just for me, and that's what I moved there for, to be a part of a major production show. That was my dream. That's what, and it was only the latter part of me being there for the 2.5 years that I got that opportunity, and it totally was happenstance. And then the way I watched that show become one of the top 10 all Black show artists shows, go from that to not being able to get a contract.
Correct.
And I'm like, well, we on the top 10. Hello.
Well, I don't know the behind the scenes story. I know what drives the world, and money is numero uno. Well, it's tied for second place. For first place. But everything now is based on and predicated on how many bodies you can put in the
In the
seat.
seats.
And if you can't do it consistently, and I don't know what the contract was, I don't know. I really don't. I just know, yeah, I always say follow the money and you find out your answer right there.
Right, because we shared the same showroom with the Bronx Wanderers. We shared the same room with
Wayne Newton.
Wayne Newton, and and I'm watching all these other shows, and then I'm watching what's those five guys' name who Smokey got his name on?
Yeah,
Those
yeah.
guys,
The
and
guy,
Matt Goss, and and all. I'm watching all of these, and I'm like, well, why? Why we get the can? Like, why we didn't get ours renewed? And I heard so many stories, girl. I don't even know. I just then another thing that kind of made me side eye is how I watched, and no shade, how I watched other races come in and sing our music, and they be on the strip in the casinos with more gigs than we had.
absolutely.
I was like, okay, what's really going
Absolutely.
on?
Because even though they love it, the world loves our music, but they don't always love us.
That part.
So what do? We can't get out of this skin. So, we keep on, that's my son. We keep right on pushing along, doing our thing, being unapologetic about it.
There you
If
go.
I just thank God that I still have the drive, the ambition, the energy, the voice. My voice is still the same voice, pretty
Oh,
much.
good, good.
You see?
Yeah.
So during the pandemic,
And I don't know why people think that changed because you get a little older. Your voice,
some voices do. Some voices do.
Some do. Okay, so I would say some voices do if there were artists that were long-term smokers, drinkers, drug users, then we know what that can look like. But
and a lot of artists, that was the reason for it.
Yes, a lot of them. I mean, even when I went to see Aretha, in the latter part of her life, because she was a long time smoker, and she said that smoking changed her voice, and this and this and this and a lot of others, it worked, and that's real, right? So when you see the changes, but for the most part, we know once we all pretty much become adults and we know what our vocal abilities and range is, we pretty much keep that, the rest of our lives, unless we do some type of abuse to it. So it's really good to hear you say that, because a lot of artists, especially during this last 2 years of going through COVID, for me, because I struggled for a long time to get my breaths back and to be able to hold the notes and because I noticed that when I caught it, that it affected that. And I now hear a lot of other artists come out and say it, but doing long exercises and vocal exercises and things, have gotten it back a lot stronger.
Good.
Yeah.
No, and I look at Tony Bennett, for example, which he shared the stage with him too.
Shared the stage with that legend.
I swear to you, because I never talked about it, because it always I come from my dad was
now. Nay, let me ask you now. All these artists you performed and graced the stage with, do you have memories of it? Pictures? You have memories?
I did.
What do you mean did? What happened?
I had my photos and some of my original stuff in a storage unit. When I was in Taiwan performing at the jazz club, when I got back, my unit had been broken into. They stole. So I have some pictures. I do have a picture of Neil Sedaka serenading my son when he was about 5 over in Greece.
Wow.
Neil Sedaka sat down and serenaded my 5-year-old son. I do have a picture of that. But anyway,
Amazing.
I have some memories. I don't have pictures of me and Dick Clark. I don't have. It's a lot of pictures I don't have anymore.
Oh wow. Yeah. I hear a lot of mine got destroyed from a fire. So I do know what you're talking
You
about.
know, you understand.
I do. And you hate it because
Yep.
just to know that,
Yeah.
being a part of that history and working with so many legendary artists, I can't even imagine. I mean, just looking at and reading off some of your roster. So now your was that your first big production? This is a man's world, but in Vegas, was that like your
Yes.
first, your
Yes.
own, like your own, right?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So tell us a little bit about what made you, what inspired you, and what made you decide to do that. And I love, like I said, I love that you brought that taste of old school Vegas back.
Well, what inspired me? Well, Patrice, sometimes we're gonna have to just have coffee because this thing could go on for hours
I
on end.
know, girl. I know. I know.
So I'm not gonna do this to your audience.
Right.
But one of the things that was the basis for it was the fact that I had shared the stage with so many men, so many male artists. So typically, when we did a show and there were several groups on the show, all of the shows were heavily dominated by men.
Dominated by men. Yeah.
Male groups, male this, male that. And no matter how many wonderful hits the Shirelles had, usually the men closed the whole show. It's like
Right. Well, let's just call it what it was. It was a little bit sexist, back then.
and it's still pretty much a lot
It's
like that.
still pretty much that now.
Yeah. Except, yeah. Anyway, so I decided that I always loved the songs. I always felt like the guys got really, they recorded great songs. They had great, I mean, the women had some great songs too, but
Mhm.
there weren't as many women groups and women singers that got the same notoriety as the men. So I said,
Right.
I want to sing some of these songs by these guys. And I want to talk about, the Frank Sinatra. I want to talk about the Rat Pack. I want to talk about My Way, as I enter into this new phase of my life. My
Mhm.
Way is a big song for me. I don't even need the whole song. I need just the part I'm singing.
Right.
That part right there was where you can really relate. Like regrets. I've had a few,
Yes.
but then again, too few to mention.
Mhm.
So I did.
And it's a Vegas what do you call anthem, right? Like it's a Vegas anthem. So to be able to perform such legendary songs that plateaued and put Vegas, I mean, Vegas was the place to go. Vegas was the place to go to become famous. And it's
Yes,
sad now that artists think that they can come to Vegas to become famous, but you can't. You have to already be famous now in order to play Vegas. Back then, you come to Vegas to become famous, and it's the opposite now.
changing and rearranging this thing called life, right? It changes and it rearranges. And I just say,
Absolutely,
I'm just
absolutely.
I'm just going to have my lane.
Just trying to go with the flow, staying in your lane and doing your thing.
It's my
Now,
lane.
right, and now you do this big production show,
Uh-huh.
and you were always a solo artist. So
Yes,
you got to the point with the opportunity where you started concentrating on yourself as a solo artist. You start writing your own songs and going into the studio and recording. So I just want to play one of your songs. If my background team can pull up a little snippet of an A song that I sent you guys, I would really, really appreciate it. And then I'm gonna pull up something gonna surprise you.
uh-oh.
All right, guys, here go Anae on video, one of her original songs.
Which one?
I'm trying to remember which one I sung. Yeah, I sent them. Let me see. I sent my team. Let
Love a Man.
me see. I gotta look at my email, but I know I think I sent them two
Okay.
of your songs. And I sent some pictures as well. Let's see. Lover Man,
I
yes.
knew
Lover
it.
Man. Lover Man by Nay. Are you guys there? Are we having technical difficulties? Okay. I think it,
If I were a rocket, I'd fly up through the sky. And if I were a magician,
all right, you guys. Because of copyright infringements and things like that, I want to say fair use. The artist is up here with us, and she owns the rights to this music, Miss Anae. So that was Lover Man. Listen, I didn't even know, sis, that you even had a YouTube channel. We'll talk about that later, so I can make sure that all of my subscribers and people that's in the chat can go over and support you. But I want to play a little snippet also, right quick, from your "This Is a Man's World." Uh, "This Is a Man's World" video. So I want to play a little snippet of that. So guys, can you pull that up? Anae in "This Is a Man's World" butt show. And I believe that was the second one that I sent you guys. Number 2.
You are something, lady. You are.
Oh, thank you. I so
You
appreciate
are.
you. Thank you so much.
I'm just
My
glad you
team
thought
in the
about me.
background. Oh, girl,
Ooh.
always.
And from this man's rib, a woman was created. And since that day, the message has been clear. This is a man's world. And while it's true, historically, the music industry had been dominated by men. Extraordinary women, women like Leslie Gore, Dionne Warwick, Peggy Lee, Aretha Franklin, and of course, Anae. Miss Anae has spent more than a quarter century performing with legendary rock and roll Hall of Fame group, the Shirelles.
Oh yeah, Bo Diddley.
This had been a man's world, but
Wow. Wow.
Girl, listen.
What?
What in the world made you come up with that concept of a James Brown show? This is a man world, but I guess it's like you putting your mark and say, but
Exactly.
without a woman or a girl, it
And
ain't nothing.
and I wear them out with the song. Okay.
Yes, you do.
No, you haven't seen it lately. I wear them all the way out.
What?
Oh,
I know
yeah.
you just recently did it. A few months ago? Did you just recently do the production show again in Vegas?
Yeah, at the Smith Center.
Awesome. Oh my
And I'll
God.
be going back. I'm taking the show back in April.
Awesome. I'm gonna try to make it. I'm gonna try to make it.
You can, girl. Huh.
Wow, that's
If
so
they
wonderful.
if they ever really cut me loose in this city, if they really give me my shot,
I know, right?
they really give me my shot that I deserve, I deserve.
Yep, much deserving.
I will set it on fire. And I promise you that. And I do
I
not
already
make,
know.
I'll make promises I can't keep.
Yeah, well, I already know. You
I
were
know.
one of the people whose shows I went to were top quality, grade A. It just
Listen,
was.
listen, Patrice. I'm bringing back glamour because I'm tired of
Woo! Come on, sister.
what?
Come on, sister.
What?
Glamour, glitz, style, grace,
All of it.
that old Vegas, that
All
old
of it.
Vegas, when people actually dressed up to go out and perform and felt good, dressed
Yes,
to
ma'am.
the nines.
Yes, everything. Wait
Yes.
till you see it now. I just
Listen,
designed
honey, I already told them. When I went to see, I said, baby, she dressed in more shop outfits and changed clothes more than Diana Ross.
I design those. I design a lot of those things.
Really?
Yeah. I just designed some new stuff.
Girl,
Because I love it.
Yes.
I don't want, listen, I'm old school when it comes to entertainment. I want some beauty in front of me while I'm listening to the wonderful music. I want the entire experience. I want people to feel it in their hearts. I just want them to enjoy themselves and they get away from all their problems for an hour and a half.
Mm-hmm.
If I could just do that and I could just take you with me, just come go with me for an hour and a half. Just come.
Yes,
just
take
come.
you on that journey.
Come
and
on.
like you said, I mean, bringing back that old style and grace and that after 5 look. Because listen, it was after 5. Quit playing. It was not casual. It was not business casual. It wasn't. It was gala. It was red carpet.
That's it.
Honey, what?
That is it. That's it.
Gowns and tuxes and suits and
that's what I want. That's what I want.
yes.
That's what I want. That's all I want. They can say whatever they want about it. I'm telling you, the baby boomers, we want to see.
Bring the glamour back.
Yeah, I'm back. This baby is back.
Bring the Moulin Rouge feel back, right? The Moulin Rouge, like, listen.
Wait, let's wait. Let's wait.
The show that I went to, I saw it and I knew exactly your vision and where you were going. I said, she is bringing that taste of old school Vegas back.
Yes.
And it made you want to dress up and look
good
and
stand up
and come and a good show, instead of right. How many times we would be doing some shows sometime, girl, and we look in the audience and they flops on and shorts and I know it gets hot in Vegas, but then you would see even some of the artists and they would be just dressed mediocre at best, right? I was like, what we doing here?
I don't want that. I don't want that. That there's a market for it, but it is not over here. So if you want me, you want top of the line, you want class, you want sophistication.
Yes.
And you want good singing, good music, good feelings. You want the whole experience to be top shelf. Not just, no.
Well, honey, if you at the Smith Center now, you done graduated and moved on up in the world of locations because it's beautiful there. And you have the opportunity to continuously create the glamour, the glitz, the elegance, the sophistication and all of that, because you already got it in every other department. Because let's be real, from the Shirelles to all the other girl groups, they dressed with style, elegance, class, and grace. The girls broke that class, right? Can we just talk about that for a minute? I miss that so much.
I do.
It's like somebody's got to do it. So I'm glad you're doing it, sis. Because I'm not going to say on no stage looking like, damn it, I bite you.
Send me, God. I will go.
That part.
Send me.
I can't, as an artist, you're expressing yourself as an artist. You represent yourself everywhere you go. As an artist, you have to be prepared everywhere you go as an artist, and who you are is a part of representing that, right?
I'm coming with the cannons and all the heavy duty artillery.
Artillery, bring it.
It's here. It's here, baby. And I am more than happy to deliver it.
I am so glad. Listen, I know like I said, when I came to your show, I was like, this is one of the best shows I've ever seen when it comes to your production, when it comes to your song choice, when it came to the wardrobe. I was like, okay, this is she rocking it like right up there with Dan Ross. When I tell y'all, she must have changed clothes by 5 or 6 times. And every outfit looked just as good, if not better than the next one. I said, now that's the level of professionalism that I love and that I see and that I do. I loved it. Yes, I give you your crown. Wear it well, my sister.
Let me straighten my head up, girl.
Yes, it's okay. It might get a little crooked sometimes, but we straighten that crown up.
Right back out.
We make it do what it do. We make it do what it do.
I'm just thankful that I can. I'm thankful that I can. Thank you. Thank you. And it's being recognized more and more and appreciated more and more. And my son came. My son is 37. He's my baby. And he hadn't seen me on the stage in a long time. And he came and brought my grandsons. And my son went bananas.
Did he?
Mom! I can't repeat what he said because,
right.
But he said, you were amazing. Thank you. We had fun. We had a good time. Awesome. And we're going to have an even better time on the 23rd, if it's possible, because it was pretty doggone spectacular.
Okay, so it's the 23rd of April?
Yes.
Okay. Well, you stay in touch.
It's nothing's out yet. So,
okay. Let me know, and I will definitely.
I will, and I'll share the flyer with you and your audience. Thank you for introducing me to your audience.
Oh, you're more than welcome, and I'm going to bring you back. You're more than welcome to come back if you want to talk about the show and maybe encourage some people to come out if they in Vegas. Come check your show out, right? But I cannot leave without showing a little snippet of the video of the Shirelles. One of their most famous songs, Will You Still Love Me Tomorrow? We have to give homage to that legendary girl group, the Shirelles. Can you please pull up that beautiful beam footage? And thank you so much again, sister. I really appreciate it.
Oh, and it's been real. It's been real and it's been enjoyable and it's easy because I'm telling everything I'm saying is the truth and you make it easy. I'm gonna tell the truth, whether it makes me look good or not.
Thank you so much.
Tell the truth don't make you look good. I'm still gonna tell you
that part. I've been so blessed to have met so many wonderful people in Las Vegas that has been in the entertainment and has been a big part of my life, friendships, associations. So, and you are definitely one near and dear to my heart. Here we go with the Shirelles.
Thank you. So the lady on the right is the one I spent 22 years.
Tonight you're mine completely. You give your love so sweetly. Tonight the light of love is in your eyes. You love me tomorrow.
Listen, legendary. I mean, to know that, in this life, we've had some really wonderful, wonderful entertainers and artists that has blessed us with some of the best music of our time.
Ever. I did a whole project of old songs during the pandemic, songs that I loved in the depths of my soul.
Yes.
That's what I did during the pandemic. And
Yes.
those songs they're going to lift, not because I sing them, but because there's those songs.
Absolutely. And those ladies,
blessed.
yes, those ladies group, like I said, the style, the grace, and the Shirelles came out of the doo-wop era of,
Yes,
of music and that genre of songs that is so iconic that I think we need to continuously give and pay homage to them. So
that is fact.
And to be able to, for yourself to be blessed to have had the opportunity for 26 years to work with such a legendary group, sister, I mean, my hat goes off to you. Now, I will pull up a little surprise for you before I let you answer a couple of questions.
I love questions.
Yes. So yes, my people in the chat got some questions. But before then, can you guys pull up a couple of those pictures that I sent you guys of Miss Ane with yours truly?
Ah, really?
See if you remember these.
Oh, I bet I do. I bet I do. Yeah.
See if you remember these.
Okay.
I mean, these was wonderful good times that I hope to continuously share with you and a lot of my associates there in Las Vegas, but especially, you know, when I hung around you and came and supported you. You were always genuine. You were always genuine to me, and I appreciate that so much.
Oh, you're welcome so much. It's the only way to fly.
All right, guys, you got the pictures?
Mm-hmm.
You remember that one?
Yes, I do.
That's two queens right there.
I forgot about that one. Okay.
I love that picture.
Nice. Really nice.
Do you see the embrace and the stance that we had for two beautiful Black women that genuinely supported each other? And
yes,
look at the love.
I know.
I so appreciate that.
And we had then you came over to my home.
Yes.
Yes.
I remember.
And invite everybody.
No, listen. Some of these parties are invitation only, honey. Yes, and I was so honored that you invited me, and
wow.
to that beautiful, elegant party that you had, and I thank you and I appreciate you. And let me see if you remember this next picture now.
Yeah.
Girl, I got him. See if you remember this next picture. Pull up the next one. These are really good times, girl. Really good.
Yeah.
Love it. And then we're going to get to some questions.
Okay.
Here it comes.
Oh, yes. We went to see Yes. May at the Mint was the name of the place.
Absolutely. And that's the beautiful Shalani. I see her all the time on Facebook. That's the beautiful. She's like, Shalani is such an awesome person too. She was another sister that was just totally genuinely real. So just very, very appreciative. Amazing. And I think I got one more. If you could pull up that last picture. I think I gave you guys one more. I think I had one more. Yeah. That one. We did that one. Yep, there is one more, I think. So are you ready to prepare to answer some questions?
Indeed, I am.
Awesome. It's gonna be exciting.
Aww.
Now that
Oh,
one,
I love that one. That's my favorite.
that's my favorite one. It really is.
That's
Look,
my favorite.
that's my favorite one, Anae. It really is.
Oh, wow.
Look at the smiles. It's just so
I
genuine. The
know.
love is genuine. You can see it on the smiles in our eyes.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Now I think I
love
have
that
one
picture.
picture. Yes, I think I have one picture of you with the Shirelles, and I think you guys are in the red. You're in the red outfits. If you guys can pull that one up, I love that one. That was one glamorous picture. Yeah, the ones with you in the red.
With the boa.
Yes, hunty. Love the boas.
Me too. I can't do a show without them. No shows without the boa.
Hello, especially in Vegas, New York, all these big fancy theaters and things of that nature. Honey, when I tell you, this picture speaks volumes of glamour. It's
Yes.
one of my favorites of you and the rest of the ladies. Now, is when they pull it up, is the one in the middle? Is she Deborah Lee?
No,
Okay.
Beverly
Lee. Now, is she still living?
Yes, she is.
Oh, thank God. Okay, beautiful.
Yes,
Beautiful. Look at that picture. I love it.
I
You
know.
talk about glamour there. That's style, that's grace, that's elegance,
That's
sophistication.
Girl, that's everything.
Listen, girl, that picture.
That's everything.
Yes.
Everything.
All right. Thank you, team. Now we're going to get to some questions before I let you go.
Do I need a cocktail before they start?
If you want to go get one.
No, I'm teasing. No,
I'm pretty sure it's just going to be simple questions about your career, but you had time to get you some.
No. I'm good. Thank you.
All right. Guys, pull up any questions that anyone in the chat may have. Okay, and I'm going to read it. It says, when you were with the Shirelles, can you remember when you first heard yourself on the radio and where were you at?
Oh, I was in South Orange, New Jersey, and the radio personality played my first original tune called Once Upon a Time. And I went in my dining room. I stood in the corner by myself and cried.
That was a moment.
Oh, and it was playing on WBLS in New York City and Von Harper, The Quiet Storm. What? No, I cried. I cried. Yeah, I cried. I cried.
Yeah, that was a moment. I mean, I can only imagine the first time, you hear yourself on the radio or even hear yourself back after you've recorded a song and you hear it back in the recording session, right? You'd be like, wow. Yeah, it's kind of
different. It's different, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Next question. Okay.
Yes.
Question, Ms. Marshall.
Any more questions in the chat? If not, my team in the back, you guys can come up if you have a question for Miss Anae before I let her go. I know my team usually have questions. Okay, here we go. Why do you think there are not more female groups today?
Oh, wow.
That's a great question.
I think it is a really good question. I truly wish I had an answer for you. I know what I think.
Right. Just give them an opinion of what you think.
Unfortunately, a lot of people that are in the industry, music industry, they throw away good stuff. They throw away good concepts to embrace new concepts. And I'm not saying new concepts are not needed or necessary, but there's some things I think that there should continue. There should continue to be girl groups.
I agree.
I think so, because I think when they come out and if they're able to get through, they do something to the music industry and to little girls that are watching. that aspire to be singers and want to be. I asked my son, so they don't make slow records much anymore. I don't even.
Or write songs with significant substance to it.
I know. I'm sad about that part.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that, with the, the newer generation and the changes. And don't get me wrong, because we went with the flow of the changes of the new generation when we were coming up. But it's just so different now.
And we didn't throw it away. You understand what I mean? We took it further, but we didn't throw it away. So we didn't throw away all the music that our parents grew up listening to. They played the music. We loved their music too.
Yes, we honed it, and we made our own craft out of what we grew up listening to. Yes. And watching and aspiring to be like when we saw Aretha Franklin on television, aspiring to be like the Supremes, aspiring to be like Diana Ross, aspiring to be like Gladys Knight, and so on and so forth. So now, like I told my nieces and them, I was like, who would you admire and look up to now when it comes to a female singer or a girl group?
Right now?
Yeah, I asked them, I asked my niece them that question, and I know they're younger, and I know a lot of times you got, Destiny's Child and SWV, and don't get me wrong, that era, and they were good. Yes. But my question, I wonder, is the classics that we still love right today, that a lot of artists can still come out of retirement and tour and make good money. Can these are off that classic music? Can these artists do the same thing 20, 30 years from now?
Is that a question?
Yes. I mean, I'm thinking.
I think some of them will be able to, because their audience is going to be different. So whatever you grow up, listening to. So for example, you mentioned SWV, and those groups like that, their audience is they're going to get old with them. So I think they'll have, but I don't know how far reaching it'll be. Like the classic songs that we grew up with, they're far reaching to all corners of the world.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Even still today, 20, 30, 40 years, that you got your Gladyses, you got your Shakas, you got your Patties who sung with LaBelle. They still able to come out of retirement and tour and make good money off those old classics. My question is, do we think the girls groups of now will be able to do that, or the guy singers, as far as like the quality? That's a question for me that I'm
quality. Now, I would say yes, and I would say yes based on this. When New Edition came out, it started doing live shows again.
Yes,
they were so well received.
Yeah,
right now.
Yes,
granted, they're rooted in old school.
Yeah,
right? And they are loved and beloved. They
love
really
and you may be right, because they're loved by young and the older, because they got almost 40 years in the game. It don't even seem like it's been that long, but these boys got 30 plus years in the game. And now they on tour again. And I'm saying, and going to see them, because I saw them when they were in Vegas, and I know they back on tour again. And to see that the steps that they came from, the Temptations, the and all those back in the day, and to see them on stage still doing those steps, it was so freaking dope to see that.
Yep,
absolutely. So,
so I think their audience will grow old with them and appreciate them.
Yes, because we there. I mean, I was there in the audience.
Yeah, well, listen, you got to make me go downstairs
in my chair. Okay. And when Gladys just left here, she just left Arizona. A couple months ago, I saw Shaka Khan. She just left here. I saw Jeffrey Osborne. He just left here. And to know that these guys are coming back out of the woodworks is so awesome to see. So
it is.
Guys, I'm telling you, whether you old school or new school, it's just really a pleasure to that I would advise that you try to make the time to go see these artists if they come to your city, because they are few and far between. A lot of them are gone, and may they rest in peace. Your Arethas and Luther and Whitney and Michael and Prince, like some of them are gone on. God rest their souls. And I always wanted to see Prince. And even when I moved there, Prince had his residency in Vegas. And girl, do you know, I never got around to seeing him. And I regret that right today. Right today. So I say to you, if there's ever an artist that you love what they do, you love the craft, you love them, take the opportunity to go see them. I never got a chance to see Whitney. Never got a chance to see her. Always wanted to. Never got a chance to see Marvin Gaye. Always wanted to
see him. I did not see Marvin.
You know what I mean? So and now I say, when I went to see Jeffrey and Shaka and Aretha, thank God I saw her before she passed away.
Right.
And Diana Ross and Al Green. Every now and then he comes. Now you already know.
I love some Al Green.
Hey, when Al Green come out, I'm there, honey.
Yes.
I don't care where, when, whatever, right? I'm there for some Al Green.
I understand. I understand, girl.
And now Anita's coming back out. Anita Baker, she started her tour for 2023.
Love.
And now Stephanie Mills is
love.
Gotta see her. I'm telling you, do not waste your time or any time not seeing these legendary people while they're still here, so we can enjoy them. Okay, next question. How well did you and the girls get along? Woo, that's a juicy
one. I know, right? And I have to tell, and I'm gonna tell the whole truth, nothing but the truth. We got along splendidly.
Oh, that's good.
That's the only way I could have done it for 26 years.
Right. 26 years is a long time.
That's a long
time. That's a whole job for a regular person that's getting ready to retire, right? Like that's a long time. That's a retirement type of job right there. To do that 26
years. We got along splendidly.
Oh, that's wonderful.
The only way I could have been there that long.
Absolutely. It makes sense.
No, the original member, she just was easy. You know, it was easy.
So God bless her. And now is she still living? Is she in New York, LA?
She's in Jersey.
Oh, okay. She still lives in Jersey.
I'll do something special for her. I'm gonna do something special for her.
Now, does she come to Vegas? Does she ever come to Vegas?
She did. We had some shows here in Vegas.
Okay.
And she came, to do that. But I want to do something special for her.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm gonna just leave it like that.
Yeah. Yeah. You got to give them their flowers while they're still here, right?
I want to.
You got to celebrate them. You got to pay homage to them.
Look what I got. Look what I got out of that. You understand?
Absolutely.
What he did for my children. My children call her Auntie Bev.
Wow.
And she would visit my parents, as they got older. My parents are gone now.
Mm-hmm.
At both funerals, she came to, she's just,
wow.
I have to do something special for her. I just hope she appreciates what I'm going to do. But I'm going to do something.
And I'm pretty sure you guys have a bond and a sisterhood that is unbreakable.
We have something that's, it's 26 years.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a long time. I mean, some people don't last in a career that long.
I know.
Like I said, you retire after working somewhere 26 years, girl. And listen, but honey, you did it and you did it well, and you're still doing it. You look amazing. You look amazing. You look amazing, Queen. And I can't wait to see you again because I miss you dearly.
And when you come back, we got to do this off air so we can cuss and carry on, right?
Exactly. Yes. Let's do it over breaking some bread or going somewhere and having a drink or something. We're gonna really talk and tell the business. But listen, I got one of my tech teams up here, Mr. Best. Do you have a question for Mr. Nay?
I just want to thank listening. Thank you. You know what I mean? You're definitely a legend. We definitely appreciate you being on our network. And gracing us with your presence and your love and your art and everything that you embody for us as a people.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
One of my grandmother's favorite songs is "Will You Still Love Me Tomorrow." She loves that song. She would always sing it when she would cook in the morning. And I was like, "What is she singing?" I don't know what she was singing. I'm only 38 years old. I don't know what she was singing, but now I know what she was singing. OG Patrice, thank you for schooling me as you always doing, teaching me the game. Because I don't know what my grandmother was singing. She was singing the song in the morning. I'm like,
He's going in and out. He's going in and out.
You're going in and out, Mr. 84.
Oh, can y'all hear me?
That's better.
Okay. Yeah, my grandmother always sing the song. I'm like, what is she singing? I don't know what she was singing at all. But now I do know. I know what she was singing. I know the song. And I'm so grateful that you have come on here and that you have graced us with your presence. Thank you. We salute you and we appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much. It was truly my honor and my pleasure. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart to even be thought of. Because you could be thinking.
Vaughn says you're beautiful, by the way. Vaughn says you're beautiful.
Oh, thank you, Vaughn.
And this is what I wanted to do and aspired to do with this talk show, and is to bring so many people that we don't want to forget, people that have paved the way, people that have set on the shoulders of giants before us. And I want to introduce them to the younger generation, to inspire them, to say that you can be anything you want to be. But if you want to be an entertainer, it's still some legendary people out here that still have style and class and grace, and they're still doing it. And they are relevant. And I want you to learn from the conversations, to be inspired from the conversations, to grow and to say, if she still doing it after all these years and still rocking it and look beautiful doing it, I can do it too. Absolutely. So that's why I have this talk show, is to inspire the younger generation to know that it is still wonderful people out here like yourself that's still doing the doggone thing. Sister, thank you. God bless you. I really appreciate you doing this interview. And I so hope you come back anytime. You're more than welcome to grace us with your presence.
Well, I would love to. And again, thank you to you and your team. And, just thank you for making this easy. It's easy.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Conversation.
So tell us, before I let you go, what's up with you now? I know you said you got the show coming up in April. Is it anything else in between that, or what you're doing?
Well, I've got my CD that I recorded, Where I'm Coming From. I did a cover of Linda Jones' Hypnotized. She was one of my neighbors on my block from Newark. Really? I did. Yes. I love that song. I love that song. Which I stand. I know the shoulders. Hello. I did Randy Crawford, Street Light. I did Gladys Knight, The Makings of You.
Oh, I love that song. Girl, listen, I got to get that CD, honey.
Yes, you do, darling.
Listen, I'm going to inbox you, honey. You got to send that on my way so I can listen to it.
I will be more than happy to do so.
Thank you, beautiful. And before you leave, please tell everyone your social media handles that you have, Facebook, your YouTube, or if you're on IG, where they can go and follow you, where they can go and support you, support your music, and support anything that you're doing.
Well, I have a website. It's anesings.com. That's ANESINGS.com. Right now, we're doing some restructuring with it, but my music is there. They can hear snippets of it. They can purchase various songs, different songs, whatever they want to do. Then my Facebook page, I have my personal Facebook page, and then I have my business page as well. And I don't know
He says, great show, Patrice. Shout out to Miss Anae, one of the greats.
Mwah!
That's
Mwah!
my brother Clarence. Thank you, bro. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
And Patrice, you have to forgive me. I'm not as social media savvy like you, darling.
No, it's okay, girl. I listen. Without that team in the background helping me, listen, a sister will be struggling.
So I don't know. On Facebook, I'm Anae Marshall, and then my business page, I have to send you the link because I don't remember what it is. I know it's Anae. That much I know. It's Anae with the hyphen on it, though. And what else? I got Instagram. I am the.amazing.Anae.
The.amazing.Anae. Anae is spelled A-N-E.
Yes.
And she has YouTube channel where you can go and listen to her music and support her, subscribe to her.
Yes. I need subscribers. I got to get my numbers up.
As you guys go and subscribe to Anae on her YouTube channel. Listen, sister, thank you once again.
Yes, we're going to get together soon. Soon. Much love, much respect.
Thank you. I'm coming. I'm going to let you know. I'm coming soon. Believe me. Sooner than you think. I'm coming. Okay?
Come on.
Love you. Miss you.
Love
and I'll be there soon. We got to hang out.
Bye-bye.
All right, baby.
Bye-bye.
Have a good one. Bye-bye.
You too. Thank you. Bye-bye.
You're welcome. All right, guys. That was the beautiful Anae. 26 years with the Shirelles, touring, performing all over the world and abroad. For over 26 just with the Shirelles, but like over her span of career, I'm pretty sure it goes well into over 30 something years or more. And she still looks beautiful. She still looks beautiful. I have been so blessed to have this platform to use to bring to you guys some of the people that I know that are in entertainment, that are some wonderful, wonderful, talented people that I've worked with, came to know, been in rooms and spaces with. And this is what I want to bring to you guys, is that part of my life, and show you that there are some really genuine good people out here that are still legendary, still doing it, still performing, whether it's Vegas or overseas or abroad, wherever they are in the world, giving you good music. So guys, please subscribe to her channels on YouTube, so follow her on her social media platforms, and as well to support her. If you're ever in Vegas, and she may be doing a show, it may be called This Is a Man's World, but make sure you guys check her out. That show is phenomenal. Guys, I love you. Thank you for hanging out with your girl, OG Patrice. I appreciate it. The goal is to bring you more and more people to inspire you. Entertainers, they're going to be sports figures, they're going to be people from all forms of the arts. I'm going to bring to you guys so that you guys can see another side of Black media, social, on this platform of knowledge and relationships. I ask you guys to please subscribe. If you have not, subscribe, like, hit that notification bell, bing, that says all, so that you can get all of the content that is on knowledge and relationships. I want to say thank you to each and every one of you guys that were in the chat, which are great questions, because you guys had awesome, great questions. Thank you, Anae and Vaughn and Missy 84 for coming up. And any questions that you guys had was absolutely professional. You guys stayed. You always rock with me, and you always remain respectful, and I appreciate that so much. I want to thank Knowledge and Relationships, Mr. 84 and M3, for allowing me to use this platform for good, for positive, for encouraging, for motivating and inspiring, especially the younger generation. That's where I tune to want to hone and use my show for. So I thank you guys for rocking with me. I want to thank my moderators that kept the chat where it's at. Hi, Wally. Thank you so much. So thank you. I'm going to see if I can name you guys one by one. Wally, let's talk the Better Black Life, Knowledge and Relationships. Miss Annie, Miss Jill, Miss Nebraska, Mr. 84, Mr. Von Bryan. That was somebody else that came in here and I saw a name that I had never seen before. Wealth Talk Productions, that's Wally again. Mrs. She Said, thank you so much. I really appreciate you guys rocking with your girl, OG Patrice, on this beautiful Sunday. Now, I'm going to bid you guys adieu and tell you guys to enjoy yourself, be good to one another, enjoy the rest of your week, and tell a friend to tell a friend about Knowledge and Relationships YouTube channel right here in these YouTube streets. And stay tuned for my next amazing guest that I'm going to bring on Straight Up No Chaser Talk with your girl, OG Patrice. Peace. Peace.